What's poppin'? Dude, I swear to God. I knew you were going to do it too when you took the breath. What's poppin', internet? Welcome to another episode of the Synced Up Podcast, the show where we talk to you about news, games, and sandwich a little fun in between. I'm one of your hosts, Timothy DeRoe, and joining me this week is your boy, Michael Clare.
Hello.
How you feeling about vampire straws?
Don't worry about it.
That was a pre-show. Too bad we don't have a pre-show.
We don't need one.
I know. That would be too much effort.
It's a lot more unfiltered, uncut.
Yeah.
Nope.
Nah, it wasn't long enough, bro.
Nope.
The post-show content got to be curated. I had an idea for what we should do for the post-show on, like, Wednesday. Forgot it.
Why didn't you write it down?
Because I was delivering mail. You know, it was like a heavy day. I was out there just, there's a lot of mail. Just completely forgot.
But you got time to read like 5 Halo books?
No, I'm not reading the book. I'm just listening to them.
No,
I'm on Halo Book 7, first off, okay? So I'm listening to 6.
Is the reading of the years.
Today we're going to talk about Animal Crossing, Call of Duty anti-cheat stuff, and Xbox Series Fridge. But before we get into that, a little bit of housekeeping for you. If you enjoy the show, you should consider supporting us on Patreon at patreon.com/syncdup, where for $1, you can get access to our lovely Discord, where we didn't talk about much today, actually.
Well,
it was pretty laid back.
Let me see.
They're
talking sports.
A lot of
sports. But they're talking like soccer sports.
Patrick Mahomes.
You lose me. You lost me. You posted
that Link's last name is Mario.
Today was.
It's a lax day today.
Today was pretty weak.
It's a Sunday.
You know,
I was asleep most of the day.
Fair. Well,
I think Spencer posted a picture with his dog.
There's some dog photos. That's a good day.
Yeah, for $1 you can get access to that, or for $5 you can get access to that and both the post shows that we do and many more goodies, all from youtube.com/syncduppodcast and podcasting services around the globe. New episodes of this show specifically go up in all of those feeds Mondays, 7 a.m. Central Time Zone. Gang. You can also write into the show to synceduppod@gmail.com or the reader mail submissions tab of the Discord with any questions, comments, and concerns, and we may read those on the show. You should also consider dropping a follow on Twitter at synceduppod to keep up to date with all of our content from across the board. Now it's time for the show proper show. Our reader mail submissions tab looking a little lax, bro. We only got one left in there. Not in the show. The show we're filled today.
Then why you bullying?
But I'm talking about for the future. This is a warning.
What's with the distribution value?
What do you mean?
You got 3 here.
Yeah.
1 left.
Well, because
why not go 2-2?
Because I don't like to like leave people sitting and be like, "Hey, bro, I wrote this in," and didn't kind of like if like 10 people write in, I want to read 10 emails because it's 10 different people.
That's the mailman in you.
Yeah, it is. It definitely is. Animal Crossing New Horizons free 2.0 update adds Brewster, cooking, and much more. Animal Crossing's big free 2.0 update will be available on November 5th, and it's arriving alongside paid DLC expansion called Happy Home Paradise. This is from Kevin Nezovic at CNET. Animal Crossing.
What made you choose CNET?
It was the first one. And the GameSpot didn't have their usual roundup, bro.
Wow.
I like to pick GameSpot because they do it in chronological.
Yeah.
But they didn't have a roundup, so.
Okay.
Animal Crossing New Horizons next free update arrives November 5th, as Nintendo detailed during Friday's Animal Crossing Direct presentation. This will be the game's final free update, but it will introduce a ton of new features and content to the popular Switch Life Simulator. Life Sim? Is that what I guess that's what it's classified?
Yeah.
It was just weird that I read out the word simulator even though he said Life Sim. That made it feel weird.
Simulator.
Yeah. And it's arriving alongside a paid DLC expansion that adds even more to do. So we got some returning characters. Among other things, the 2.0 update is adding Brewster's Cafe, The Roost. The cafe will be located on the 2nd floor of your island's museum. You can grab a cup of coffee and even run into other islanders who are taking a break there. You can also invite specific characters to hang out in the cafe using Animal Crossing amiibo figures and cards. Brewster isn't the only character returning to the game. Following the 2.0 update, you'll encounter Cap'n at your island's pier. Cap'n can take you on boat tours, ferrying you to mysterious islands with new flora or a different season or time of day. Of course, Cap'n will also sing his trademark sea shanties during the voyage. That's nice, be able to pick up some like Christmas seasonal stuff or some fall seasonal stuff on different islands just in the middle of the summer.
Yeah,
because that's quite nice.
There was a problem with Animal Crossing where you would like do the content for the month. You get the bugs, fish, whatever you need to do.
And you'd be just chilling.
And you wouldn't really have much to do.
And that's a theme for this update. A lot of things that fixes that. A lot of those people that come in only certain times of the week, you can buy permanent shops for them. And so that stuff's nice. Anyway. Harv's Island, speaking of, is also undergoing some significant changes. Harv is working with Harriet, the hairstylist from previous Animal Crossing games, to expand the island into a plaza. You can contribute bells to help them fund various new buildings, including permanent shops for Sahara, Kix, and other characters. Katrina, the fortune teller, and Tortimer, the mayor from previous games, are also returning, as are Reese and Cyrus. The alpaca couple will be able to customize furniture for you. This stuff's really nice.
Yeah,
this would have been nice when we were playing.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Harv's Island, went there once, never go back.
Yeah, because it's just photos.
Yeah, you just take some photos.
This is like busting.
That's it.
This is nice.
That is.
This really makes the island much more of a thing that you would want to do, and also solves a lot of problems.
This seems, though, very, overpowered. So I'm like, I'm wondering how hard it's gonna be to like.
I don't think it's
get
gonna be
all these
hard.
buildings. You don't think so?
I think it's gonna be easy, and the reason I think it's that way is because this is the last update, and I think they're getting ready to sunset updating, and so they want to make it easier going forward. I am gonna get back into Animal Crossing when this drops because it just looks too good. Also, my friend Ben, he's been into Animal Crossing, has not stopped playing in the past year and a half. He has 2 Switches, 2 islands, and he still plays.
He's still going hard?
Yeah, he has like 500 plus hours. So he's gonna give me like 20 million bells. Yeah, he's gonna give me like 20 million bells off jump. He's just gonna send them to me so I can just like get back in.
It's time for me to apply my tax.
Yes, hey, man,
I request 5 million bells.
5 million bells. There's some new features. The 2.0 update is also introducing a variety of new features and items. Using a new tape deck in the plaza, you and the other islanders can now partake in some stretching similar to the morning aerobics that took place during the summer months of the original Animal Crossing game for the Nintendo GameCube. You can also perform the stretches using either buttons or motion controls. This is nice, man. Now, the reason this is nice is because I would walk around the plaza and my boy Cookie and there was one other character that was in my island. They were always doing yoga and shit, and I always wanted to join them. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I guess that's fair.
And so you just be chilling back, you know, just having a relaxed day. You know, you're on a Sunday, you're vibing, you're picking your weeds, you know, doing your classic Animal Crossing stuff, just chilling out. And you would see them doing stretches in the plaza, and you'd be like, man, I want to do some stretches. So now you can do stretches.
Fair enough.
And you could do motion controls, so you actually stretching.
I will not be.
Which is nice.
I will still be sitting on my ass.
Yeah, me too. Island ordinances from Animal Crossing New Leaf are also returning. This thing is really cool. You can choose an ordinance to further tailor the experience to your playstyle. The early bird ordinance, for instance, makes all islanders active earlier in the day than they normally are. This stuff's good.
It seemed like you could only pick one, though.
Yeah, one or the other. But if you're like someone who stays up later, you can make people go later into the day, and if you're someone who wakes up earlier, you can make them come earlier in the day.
There's 2 other ordinances.
There was a few, but this is just nice to tailor the game more towards your specific play style. The game's camera function is being expanded as well with the new Pro Camera Nook Phone app. You can view your island from a first-person perspective and snap photos of villagers and the scenery. You can also set down a tripod so that your character can appear in these photos. This is nice because that means just the Twitter timeline is going to get blessed with some nice screenshots. On top of that, villager interactions are being expanded. Your islanders can now invite you over to their homes to hang out, and they can even drop by for a surprise visit at your house. Still more free stuff coming. New items and customization. Nintendo is also introducing a ton of new items and customization options in the 2.0 update. Tom Nook will be able to remodel your home with a variety of new exteriors. There will be an assortment of new fence types as well, and you'll even be able to customize some of them. On top of that, there are new cooking DIY recipes. You can plant vegetables like tomatoes, carrots, and more using these ingredients to create dishes like soup and pizza. I want to build a farm.
I'm gonna finally build a kitchen. I felt like I didn't have enough stuff before to actually like build a good kitchen. I'm gonna do it.
I might go online. You know, this might be against TOS, but there's people online who have treasure islands or whatever, and basically they have used specific tactics to acquire multiple copies of every DIY in the game, and you can go there and spend bells to get them. And I might spend some of my 20 million bells on just, you know, I've been gone for a while. Let me just get some of these DIYs. So
Your
I don't worry about
hard-earned money.
My hard-earned cash.
Somebody's hard-earned DIYs.
Exactly.
Okay.
If you've accumulated a ton of Nook miles, you'll soon be able to redeem those for new furniture, including a new types of fountains, streetlights, and more. Nintendo is also adding an outdoor storage shed that connects to your storage box back home, as well as an outdoor ABD terminal that lets you easily access your account without having to return to the resident services building. That's clutch.
That's cool.
KK Slider is expanding his set list as well. The Wandering Musician will have 12 new songs to play following the update. Gyroids from previous games are also returning. You'll be able to dig up gyroid fragments from the ground, which you can then plant water to grow new gyroids. Additionally, Nintendo is adding 11 new gestures and 11 new hairstyles to the game, and you'll now be able to customize the ceilings in your home with lights and other fixtures. You can have a disco ball if you want. You can also change the music, which is cool, because you can make yourself a little dance room. You know, you want to have a little rave in there?
That's true.
Homies over, have a little rave? That's tight.
Yeah. Because you used to just have to have the like a stereo.
Yeah.
Or something in your room.
And then that's all the free stuff, which is a lot of fucking free stuff. Like, that's incredible. November 5th is going to be busting. This is like the biggest Animal Crossing update to date, I think.
Oh, for sure.
And the fact that I've missed all the previous updates, had all those accumulate, it's going to be a lot for me.
Content.
But this is the paid DLC, Happy Home Paradise paid DLC that's also coming on that day. This doesn't say that this is the last DLC, so that there is a shot that there is more paid. Well, they said it's the last free. They didn't say it's the last.
I thought they said both.
No, they just said last free update. So if if that means there could be more paid ones in the future.
Yeah.
Alongside the free 2.0 update, Nintendo is releasing a paid DLC expansion for Animal Crossing New Horizons called Happy Home Paradise. Similar to the Happy Home Designer game for the Nintendo 3DS, this expansion lets you build dream vacation homes and other kinds of buildings for different villagers based on their requests. The Happy Home Paradise DLC costs $25. It is also included for free as part of the new Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack tier. An individual subscription to the expanded service costs $50 per year, while an annual family plan, which covers 8 different Nintendo accounts across multiple systems, costs $80, which we will talk about in a second after we
there's
talk
a
about,
whole discussion to be had about
that'll happen in a second. But
the DLC content
top.
looks good.
Top. Even this paid DLC is really nice because it allows you to. That's also what adds the thing that lets you really customize the rooms to be like really crazy, like have longer rooms,
partitions, and
that type of stuff, like building the kitchen, building the hospital, building like all those kinds of things. Like that was really cool. Vacation homes for other villagers and yourself. That was really cool. And then a system that allows you to look at other players' rooms in their house and be able to just copy those if you want is nice. What they didn't have in here, small edition, 2 small editions. One, Froggy Chair's back. For your cult members out there that are really into Froggy Chair, that's back. But also being able to slide in between furniture, real skinny, to be able to sit down, so you don't have to have like weird, like your table's really far away from your couch because you can't sit down. They fixed that. Real minor thing, but that's also nice. But this paid DLC seems really good, especially because it's gonna add like with the vacation home thing, you can like plant trees that are just growing instantaneously.
It's like a whole new game.
It's like a whole little thing. And they said the more you do that, the more you unlock the ability to do that on your main island.
Yeah, you can bring a lot of stuff back home.
Pretty good. Also, what they didn't say here, bridges and inclines now from 8 to 10.
Your storage space is doubled.
Storage space is doubled, and then the ability to put permanent ladders, which would have been so fucking clutch in the early game 2 marches ago. Like, that would have been amazing.
Yeah, the worst is when you're like bug hunting or something. You're constantly switching from your net to
then you see
ladder.
A bug up there and you got to run all the way around the river and you climb up and then it's gone. It's the worst. It was the worst. So being able to put those down permanently.
A lot of good quality of life updates. Dude, the internet is pissed
about the pricing.
Well, yeah, mostly.
Well,
I
me
also
too.
saw some people pissed that like, where was this content at the beginning of the game? I'm like,
well, that's classic. I mean, come on. Everybody has that
I don't
take.
feel like it's warranted for New Horizon.
I will.
Was a full game.
When New Horizon first came out, I think there was valid criticisms that the game didn't have. You know, it was like missing a lot of the stuff that the Animal Crossing franchise had up to this point. Yeah. There's some serious valid criticisms there. I was like, dude, where's this? Where's this? Where's that?
But it felt like a really good standalone game.
Yeah, it still did. But I think it was okay to criticize the fact that it was missing those chunks. But now at this point, like, we've been belating that point for the past year and a half, my guy. Just download this update and just start playing the shit that you've been wanting to play.
Like, okay, coming from the Pokemon franchise where it's like
classic,
they're missing these things and the game still kind of sucks.
Yeah.
This is that New Horizons was they're missing these things, but this game still is awesome.
It banged, bro. It was one of the best games of the year and one of the best games of all time in my opinion. It's my friend Ben. He never got into Animal Crossing. Downloaded it. It is his favorite game of all time at this point. So like you just love to see it. You love to see it. But now let's talk about this pricing.
Let's talk about the money.
This pricing.
The DLC for $25, fine. Sure.
Okay.
Whatever.
Now this subscription service cost.
Because this is news.
Okay. When you look at this Nintendo subscription service cost and how much that it costs in comparison to other ones, it is now more comparable to those. Yeah. It is now closer. But in terms of the value and what you were offered is absolutely dog shit.
Horrendous.
Now, Nintendo was charging $20 a year for their online and the small stuff. Honestly, I thought that was a good deal. With the NES stuff and the SNES stuff, you didn't play online very much, but we're talking $20 a year. And for us, even less because we had the family plan, which I don't like to use that as a talking point.
Let's take away that perspective
because
I know it's hard for
a lot of people don't have 7 other friends, right? And so with that pricing point, that was pretty good. I would have thought they were going to add $10 to $15 per year on this thing.
No.
The jump from $35 a year to $80 is fucking insane.
Well, 20 to 50.
And 20 to 50
35
is mind blowing.
Yeah.
But like why? And it doesn't make any sense because of what you're getting. They add this Animal Crossing thing in there because adding those small amount of N64 games, in my opinion, not enough. Adding this Animal Crossing with those, also not enough, but it's closer to enough. So I think they have to just add stuff.
The people who just wanted the 64 now feel like the reason the spike is so much is because of Animal Crossing DLC.
But even still, it's 25 standalone, and you're telling me that warrants like a triple price jump per year. There's no fucking way. Nintendo makes so many crazy, weird decisions throughout their history, and they continue to do this that it doesn't make any sense. Like, is it greedy? I don't know.
Yes.
I guess it is. Especially when you look at the fact that like probably the biggest game on the N64 catalog that you're getting offered is Nintendo 64, which you just sold me for $60 for
Mario 64.
Yeah, Mario 64, which you just sold me in a package for $60 for a limited time 6 months ago. And now I think this might be the reason that they sold it for a limited time because they're putting it in this package, which is like, come on, bro. Like that's a little shady. And Nintendo continues to be shady and weird, and I don't know. It sucks because this is the family gaming publisher. This is the childhood gaming publisher. You grown up with Nintendo. Everybody had Nintendo. Nintendo was the OG, so you want to love them, and they get these passes. But it's just so hard to not just dunk on them for this type of stuff.
Because like when Xbox tried to up the fees,
they reverted that shit quick
because we were like, nah,
because nobody wanted that.
Nintendo does not care.
No, Nintendo doesn't care. Xbox said we're gonna raise the prices $5 per month on Game Pass Ultimate, and everyone was like, excuse the fuck out of me. And then Microsoft was like, you know what? Actually, yeah,
you're right.
Excuse the fuck out of you. We're sorry. Here, go ahead and take this. Nintendo said we're gonna triple the price and fuck you. You know, like they didn't care.
And I'm not gonna lie, there might be a fence post building. I'm definitely on the wrong side of it for history, though.
Yeah,
because you're telling, for me personally, this was a $3 increase.
Yeah, and that's so because we now have got enough friends, especially with the pod friends that we have now, to have 8 people.
It's easy to just gather some
and
people.
I was telling everyone, I was like, hey, it'll be $10 a year, you know, for every single person, and that'll get you access to all those games and the online and any discounts that they do because of it, and also this DLC which everyone wants to play.
I would bet that there's going to be more things like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So like. It's pretty much not confirmed, but rumored that there's going to be DLC for Legends Arceus, and like, look, I could see that hopping on there too.
I could. 2 years from now, this might be worth it, but as of right now,
no,
this is bullshit.
I think what they're going to see is a lot of people do the family plan option, and nobody do the $50 option.
But you're paying $50 per year. You could pay $60 per year. Not what is it? No, it's a little more than $60 per year for Game Pass Ultimate.
I think $65.
Well, for Ultimate, it's like 180.
It's $15 a year, isn't it? Or $15 a month.
Well, yeah, but they decrease it if you buy it by year. It's like $120. But even then, so you double the price and you get access to over 300 games, every first-party Xbox game. And that was the thing that they belated. Well, it's not belated. That's the thing they talked about on the Kind of Funny podcast, the Game Scoop, all the podcasts that I listen to. One of the biggest things is the messaging with the online systems of the other publishers is on point. You know what you're getting. You know what's happening. Nintendo's messaging is like weird. Why weren't we notified that there was going to be some DLC added?
Speaking of messaging, I can talk to my friends on these other services that I'm paying that money for.
No voice chat. But for Xbox, you know you're getting access to Game Pass and all those games. You know you're getting access to every first-party Xbox game that launches. You know you're getting discounts. You know you're getting games with gold.
You know what's coming down the line, too.
Nintendo says, we're going to drop some Nintendo 64 games. They'll come at some point. We got SNES games, NES games, and those are going to come at some point. Also, you're going to get this DLC, and you might get more. We haven't really decided yet, but it is going to cost you this much. Like, what's with the weird messaging, man? Like, come on. I hate it.
It's so weird. I think, maybe drop it down to, I don't know.
$50 a year for the family plan, in my opinion. That's a $20 a year increase. What?
$20 a year increase. That'd be $15.
Well, we'll make it $55 or even $60. Even $60.
I think $60 and
because $25 a year increase for the family plan. You get those small amount of N64 games. You get this DLC that pays for the DLC itself. That seems more along lines of like good, but this is just like, this is bullshit. I don't know, but let's stay on. It's a weird day because we're gonna talk about marketing your anti-cheat. Cheat makers already have Call of Duty's new anti-cheat driver, but Activision isn't bothered. This is by AntiCheat at PC Gamer. Activision unveiled its new secret weapon against Call of Duty cheaters earlier this week, a kernel-level anti-cheat called Ricochet that will finally, hopefully, do something about the plague of hackers in Warzone and future Call of Duty games. But then yesterday, disaster appeared to strike when Anti-Cheat Police Department, a Twitter group dedicated to gathering intelligence on cheats to detect and disrupt cheating vendors, claimed that the driver had leaked. P2C, pay-to-cheat devs are already reverse engineering it. It is already very bad, the group said. Fansite Modern Warzone also claimed to have seen proof of the source code being scrubbed through. According to Vice, however, it wasn't a leak at all. Activision had said Ricochet would initially roll out with Call of Duty Warzone's Pacific update, which is scheduled for early December, but 2 sources told the site that the system has already been released for some players for testing purposes, and the inevitable happened. Activision later confirmed that Ricochet is in the wild, but we didn't seem too bothered. Quote, Ricochet Anti-Cheat is in controlled live testing, the Call of Duty account tweeted. Before putting it on your PC, we're testing the hell out of it. Testing includes providing pre-release versions of the driver to select third parties and readying server-side upgrades for launch. End quote. It's a pre-release version of the driver is important, according to Epic Games technical director Paul Chamberlain, who was previously product head for game security on Riot's competitive FPS Valorant. Speaking to Vice, Chamberlain said that Activision probably didn't want the early driver in the hands of cheat makers, but it's almost impossible to avoid with public testing and probably worth a headache in the long run. Quote, so as long as they weren't testing with a non-release ready version, for example, non-obfuscated version or a version with debug symbols available, the only impact is that the cheat devs get a small head start, Chamberlain said. Running a public test is likely to be more valuable to Activision than the extra secrecy. So this came like a few days after Activision decided they were going to like hype up their anti-cheat in marketing.
Well, I mean, it's to be fair, that's the biggest issue with Activision right now.
I know, but it's like,
but it's
what
sad
a weird
that it's come to a point.
Yeah, what a weird state in gaming that we're in. That a company has to be like, hey man, you know those hackers in our game that's like new.
It's like if Gen 9 comes around and the marketing point is the Pokemon are here, the national dex. Like it's supposed to.
Yeah, no shit.
Like
people aren't supposed to cheat, but they're hyping this up. This is a weird thing. The fact that it leaked is hilarious. They're saying it's not a problem because it can't be a problem.
I don't know. I kind of agree that you kind of need to test it.
You do need to test it, but hopefully this actually isn't a problem.
Yeah, hopefully they can do something about it.
Because honestly,
you're about to lose before your game even comes out.
Yeah, well, the game's been out, but Warzone is in a shit state.
Wait, Valhalla's out?
What?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
I thought Ricochet was for not Valhalla.
Vanguard. No, Ricochet's for Warzone. Warzone has the hackers, bro.
Well, I assume.
Why do you think nobody's playing Warzone no more?
Well, because when.
Thank you.
Well, I know, but like with new Call of Duty also comes new stuff for Warzone, right?
Well, exactly.
Yeah. So I thought this was a planned thing with.
This comes out after Vanguard, a month and a half after Vanguard.
So they're separate.
Exactly.
So this is just them marketing anti-cheat.
Yes.
Okay. I thought they were gonna be like,
No.
When you get Vanguard, we're gonna be tossing in our brand new anti-cheat.
Nope.
Okay. This is weirder than I thought.
It's weird. It's super weird.
I don't know.
It sucks that a game has so many like hackers and cheaters that nobody wants to play it, and you have to hype up your anti-cheat. That's lame.
This just takes me to the World at War days, you know, where you'd play like 8 years later. Any Call of Duty game.
But those were good. That's classic though. That's because everybody has hacks. When you go back to those old like Modern Warfare 2 lobbies and stuff, they give hacks to everybody. So that's lit. But when you're playing Warzone and you're just getting obliterated cross map from some dude with a thermal scope and an LMG that's just aiming directly at your head with no recoil, that's lame.
I'm not disagreeing.
You know, that sucks. Anyway, a couple more news items, just small things. DC Fandom happened this week. A lot of film news out of that, which we'll talk about tomorrow. But there were some story trailers for Gotham Knights and the new Suicide Squad game, if you guys are into that. No other real news, I don't think, that came out of that, but some story trailers if you want any insight on what the story is going to be.
Still no date for one of them.
Suicide Squad. And Gotham Knights is just 2022 ethereal. Yeah. So, because it got delayed, it was supposed to come out this year. You imagine springtime, March, maybe April. I don't know. Can't wait to play that game, especially because it's multiplayer. It's going to be lit. It's going to be so
Hopefully.
lit. Yeah. Also, I'm playing as Harley Quinn. It's going to be nice.
What, the Suicide Squad one?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Gotham Knights.
No. Suicide Squad.
Isn't it also multiplayer?
No idea.
Because an Arkham-style game multiplayer would be pretty cool. So,
yeah.
I'm on it.
Yeah, I'm on the wave. And then also, Xbox got a mini fridge coming out.
For $99.99.
$99.99. Their pre-orders open October 19th, so that's tomorrow for you guys. And then they're partnering with Target. Which is
so
weird.
You can only get it at Target?
No. Well, yeah. Well, Target's gonna have more than everyone else or something. They're giving it to like most retailers, so you should be able to just pick this up in a store.
So why? But why does it matter if they partnered with Target?
I have no idea. Okay. They said we're sending it out to distributors and retailers, and then they said there was some Target thing.
Maybe Target just paid them to say Target during their announcement.
Could be. That's a classic thing, you know, like PlayStation throws the PlayStation logo on a cross console game. Yeah, but so they're sending it out to stores, so you should be able to pick this thing up in stores in December.
I mean, it's $100.
It's weird. It's not bad for
most people already have a fridge.
Yeah.
It's just how lazy are you?
Yeah. So and also, I mean, it's cool to have a fridge that looks like an Xbox.
I think it's very
glows
cool
green and stuff.
I kind of want one.
Yeah, I really want one.
This is gonna be on like every video game nerd's Christmas list.
Drops December 19th or something like that. Not sure.
Oh.
Anyway. Yeah. Anyway, that's it for the news this week. Now it's time for this section of the podcast. We do the podcast. You know, the following.
After the news.
We're doing it live. We're doing it live.
Before, what you been playing?
After, wait, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, no shit.
It's before Reader Mail.
This is what we talk about. The historical releases in this week in gaming. You done guessed it. You know how it do. October 18th, the NES dropped with its launch title Super Mario Bros. In 1985.
Nice.
Paved the way.
Good game.
Good soup.
Played it many a time.
Yeah.
Never beat it.
Nope, me neither.
I don't
that
have
level's impossible, bro. This
I don't
shit's
have
so
the
hard.
time.
Pokemon Yellow dropped in 1999.
No, that's a good game.
That's a classic.
Was a good week.
Kirby and the Amazing Mirror 2004, which I played the shit out of. Shout out to Noah. If
What
he
was
was
it on?
here, he'd be going crazy. That was on the Game Boy.
Oh, okay.
GBA, baby. Shadow of the Colossus drops on the PlayStation 2 in 2005.
I don't remember who I watched do a video on that, but it was good.
Jacob Geller.
You're right, probably.
It was Jacob Geller. Stubbs the Zombie dropped on the Xbox in 2005. A Rebel Without a Pulse. That game, classic.
No, it's not.
It's classic,
No,
but
it's
it's
not.
garbage.
Okay, thank you.
What'd you say, Jordan? It's not classic?
It's not classic.
Y'all motherfucker. Dude, that whole... When you used to get the gaming magazines, it came with the demo discs. Y'all remember those? I had a friend. Do you remember, Jordan, the kid that went to elementary school with us named Chance, who lived on Nichols Street with me? I do not remember his last name. It's fine. I don't remember his last name. He lived on Nickel Street. We had like a sleepover at his house with like, this is like super weird because nobody on the pod's gonna get this, but like Logan was there, Seth was there, you were there, Cameron. You know that Chance guy? Okay, he had all the demo discs, all right? And Stubbs the Zombie was on one of those demo discs, and I played the living shit out of it. Also, Live and Reloaded, Conquer Live and Reloaded was on that, which is why I thought Conquer Live and Reloaded was a war game, because the only part of that game that's on the demo disc is the war level. And so I bought that game later thinking that was the game. And no, it's just Conquer, which I hate, but that war level is good. So, anyway. Moving on.
Not a classic.
Moving on. Batman Arkham City dropped in 2011.
That's classic.
That is a classic. Yeah,
Thank you.
that's certified classic. Battlefield 1, the last good Battlefield game, dropped in 2016.
Probably going to be the last one forever.
Honestly, you might be right. 2042, not looking too hot. Ring Fit Adventure dropped in 2019. 2 years since that.
Pretty cool.
That kind of blows my mind. It was 2 years, but that's only because we picked it up like way late.
Yeah, it was like a year and a half.
Yeah, that's a good little game. That is a good little
Neat
game.
little game.
October 19th, Crash Team Racing in 1999.
That I would have thought like later.
Spider-Man 2 Enter Electro dropped in 2001. Crash Tag Team Racing dropped in 2005.
Ooh.
Nice you hit that little anniversary. That's pretty good.
6 years.
You love to see it. Rock Band 2 dropped in 2008. Now that's a classic.
I don't remember anything from that.
I remember.
I could not tell you the set list.
Say It Ain't So is on there. Say It Ain't So. Oh, oh.
So you were a drummer. You played the drums when you played?
No, because I couldn't play the drums when I played because I wasn't the cool kid, and everybody who wanted to play the drum, it wasn't me. So I was always on mic. I was always on mic, bro. I was always on mic. But I loved it.
Damn, bro.
I love playing Rock Band with the homies. Dude, it was so fun. Dude, I might play some Guitar Hero after this, frankly.
We need a fresh Guitar Hero game.
Yeah. Dude, I would buy a new Guitar Hero game. Guitar Hero Live wasn't bad, but it wasn't great.
Oh, I mean, I just meant in the house in general.
Oh.
I need something besides 3.
Guitar Hero 3 is so good.
It's so good, but it's been played out in this house.
If y'all buy one on the Wii or the Wii U, we can play it. My mom has 2 guitars. She found, because remember how I was missing those 2 guitars and I couldn't find them. Yeah. She found them at the house when she was cleaning out, so we can go grab those, which is nice. Fallout New Vegas dropped in 2010. Shout out Lucas and Spencer. They were talking about that the other day in the Discord. October 20th, Midnight Club LA 2008. The one I played the most was San Francisco Dub Edition.
What?
Or was it just Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition? Yeah, that boy. You know who had that game, Jordan? Marcus.
Bro, why you just
turn the mic on? Oh, okay.
Remember, we were sitting in my old house, and Marcus is my brother. People don't know.
Yeah, so good.
And I remember what we're doing. We're doing something stupid. He goes, "Why don't y'all come play this game?" Played it 13, 14 hours. It was insane. Played it all night.
Was that me and you?
Yes, it was us.
Dude,
we played so much.
Because you could go to like different cities and stuff. You go like San Fran. Dude. Plus the vibes of that game at the time was just like immaculate. Anyway, the original Borderlands drops in 2009. Good game.
Mm-hmm.
Good game.
Good soup.
GTA Chinatown Wars on the PSP dropped in 2009, which is classic. No, nothing for you. Life is Strange, the original, dropped in 2015, and then Civilization 6 dropped in 2016. 5 years since the last Civ game. Is it time?
We're getting there.
Is it about time?
I don't know if I can go back
To Civ 6 or to playing Civ?
to Civ.
It was an era.
I feel like it's almost worn out. I think it's had its course. It was like Age of Empire before it.
Wait till we hit like 35, like at age, and we got like kids and stuff, And really, the only game you can play is something like Civ because you're holding your baby.
I'll be shiny hunting.
You're holding your.
Okay. I'll be chilling.
That's fair enough. Anyway, October 21st, the original Metal Gear Solid dropped in 1998.
Solid.
And then Lord of the Rings 2 Towers dropped in 2002.
Nice.
I played that game so much. Was Lord of the Rings 2 Towers the one where you could be the dwarf, the elf guy,
You got
Gandalf?
none other names?
No.
Okay, you got Gandalf.
Well, it's
Legolas.
Legolas, who's the dwarf guy?
Torbran.
That was a guess, bro. You just guessed.
Tell me I'm wrong.
I can't.
And then you got Frodo.
And then Frodo. But you there was like a mission where there's like a big war with all these trebuchets you have to take out.
Yeah, sure.
And then there's like a mission with like a cave you got to go through.
I don't know.
I played that
I
game
didn't
so
play
much.
that.
I can't remember if it was that one or not. The original Now this is a stacked day in 2008. The original
Damn.
BioShock, Fable 2, and Far Cry 2 all dropped 2008.
Who won? BioShock?
Fable, I'd say. The original BioShock was more of a cult classic than Fable 2, I think.
Really?
Wait, I might have to fact check that because Far Cry didn't really pop off till 3.
Yeah.
So I
Okay.
don't know. October 22nd, Grand Theft Auto 3 in 2001. Lego Marvel Superhero. What?
20 years ago.
20 years, almost 20. 20 years. Lego Marvel Superheroes in 2013.
All right, I got a confession. I'm on Lego Marvel Superheroes TikTok.
What? Like right now? In current day?
In current day, all it is just like them showing off the minifigs, doing dances and stuff. And there was this series of like, this guy was posting bigger and like the biggest characters you could play as in Lego Marvel Superheroes. And it just went from like the Hulk to Abomination to Fang Foom, I think is his name. I'm just on Lego Marvel Superheroes TikTok.
That's weird. That's
It is
weird.
There was one
In current day?
of Iron Man doing the robot.
Yeah.
But they had it to like some current day music too. I don't know how I got there.
Bro, your TikTok is weird, bro.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I feel like everybody's TikTok is weird that's not my own. And that's that's the joy of TikTok.
because yours is super.
My
weird.
dad refuses to watch TikTok, but he watches Facebook Reels.
That's arguably worse.
That's what
That
I'm
has
saying.
to be.
Like, come on.
I
That's
got
a good
talked
app.
to. I had a guy at work.
What a
talk to
solid
me.
app.
He said, "Yeah, I don't use TikTok. I just watch TikTok on YouTube."
Just download TikTok, bro. Jesus Christ. Anyway, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4 dropped in 2002 on October 23rd. The original Forza Horizon 5, going to drop in a month. Can't wait for that, baby. And Assassin's Creed Syndicate in 2015. Yeah, Jordan likes those games.
I missed it. I didn't play it.
Syndicate was one that I missed. October 24th. I didn't have friends. October 24th, Spyro Year of the Dragon dropped. Sorry. Spyro Year of the Dragon dropped in 2000. The Sims 2 dropped in 2005. GTA Liberty Series. We're going in.
GTA Liberty City Stories.
Thank you.
2005.
That was on the PSP. You know what was a slept-on console? The PSP. I liked that thing.
We don't have time.
What?
Huh?
We don't have time?
No.
To talk about the PSP?
Bro, you want to start a what's the words for a video essay series
On PSPs?
on anything?
I kind of want to buy, maybe. I kind of want to do one. Jesus. I kind of want to buy a Vita just with like,
Yeah.
this for informational purposes only with a bunch of ROMs on it.
I think it'd be a cool
Minecraft?
idea to take your Vita idea and turn it into a series where we visit a part of gaming that we don't know, and we learn by going head first. So we buy a Vita and then we figure out what to do with it.
Okay.
And we go around the Vita community. We're like, hey, what do y'all do? And then they're like, we just play anime games. And we're like, okay. And then you look around, there's no one else. So that's all you can do.
Yeah. You just play easy platinum games.
Yeah.
I just want to play Mod Nation Racers, bro. Bring that game back. Marvel Ultimate Alliance, the original, dropped in 2006.
Banger.
Kirby's Return to Dreamland dropped in 2011. And then Bayonetta 2 in 2014. A series that
Nice.
I've still yet to touch.
Are you going to play 3?
Did I? Oh, yeah, it's with an A. Ha 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 ha. Bayonetta.
The Beyonce.
Anyway, now it's time for what you've been playing. That's a
you been
good week. That's a good week in gaming, I think.
Yeah. What you been playing?
What you been playing?
Avengers. I finally beat the campaign for the second time, and then I
You throw it on easy?
of course, my guy.
Yes,
I'm not
sir.
struggling. That game is already even on easy. I was like, man, this is taking forever to beat this one thing.
Yeah.
But
But
then
it
I
makes
did-
you feel more like a superhero when you're on easy.
Yeah,
which
you're
is
like,
the point.
all right, I'm one shotting things like I should be. I'm a hero."
Exactly. I'm Hulk.
And then I did the Kate Bishop DLC,
Mm-hmm.
and that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Actually, I like playing with Kate Bishop a lot. Yeah, I think you talked about it last week. That game could be good.
Yeah,
The characters, playing as the characters, feels good.
Yeah.
It's just everything after that point.
Jack of all trades, master of none, man. You should have made that. You should have made that
Yeah.
a very specific game. Instead, you made it everything.
Yeah,
It
'cause,
sucks.
doing anything else in that game, I mean, just fighting the enemies.
And also the fact that like,
Uh.
the fact because I was trying to play there for a while too, and even Chance, I think, like said it poignantly in the Discord with the phrase, "The internet has no fucking idea how this game works." And I was like,
yeah.
yeah, that's accurate.
and neither do I.
Exactly. Like, why is it hard to join my teammate? Oh, like the difficulties do change what you get, or they don't change what you get. Nobody has any idea.
Yeah.
It's just this game. I don't
All
know.
the
Man.
armor's like plus 5.6% resistance
Yeah.
to this
It's-
status ailment, and you're like, I
Yeah.
don't care about that.
The game, not good. Add your friends, better.
Yeah, fair.
I think that's Back for Blood method though. I think Back for Blood is probably bad by itself. That's what a lot of people are
Actually,
saying.
it might be better by itself.
Yeah, I don't. I wasn't. It
haven't
wasn't
touched it.
hitting.
You gotta
It
get
wasn't-
Isaiah's thoughts. Isaiah's been playing.
Yeah.
That's about all I've been playing.
Gunplaying is a little archaic. So I've been playing
You
a little
playing.
Disco Elysium Final Cut dropped on the Xbox. So we're here on the console. Disco
Better?
Elysium. Yes. Well, not better. No.
What?
Absolutely not. It's
the Final Cut.
It's meant to be played on PC.
Oh, well, as is the Final Cut
Yes,
version
yes,
better?
yes.
Okay.
The Final Cut version is better. Graphics are better. Runs a bit better. Every single piece of dialogue is fully voice acted. So if you don't want to like melt your brain reading, you just listen. And then there's like a bunch of new like thoughts and
Let's get
things
to
like
the
that.
game you want to talk about.
I want to talk a little bit more about Disco Elysium
Oh,
first.
man.
A little bit more about Disco Elysium. So, surprisingly, feels quite good on console, which was surprising because it's a point-and-click adventure game.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm worried. How are they going to pull this off?
Well, you just came off the back of 12 minutes.
Yeah. Which was bad.
Mm-hmm.
This does much better. They allow you to move just by using the stick, which is nice.
Nice.
And the thing about Disco Elysium is there's not a bajillion things to click. You hold LB, it highlights everything in the room that's
God
interactable,
bless.
right? Highlights every single thing in green that's interactable. And then you use the right stick, point it in the direction of the thing you want to interact with. The little A button pops on top of it. You click it, your dude walks over there and touches it. And then the thing gets interacted with.
That's nice.
So it works really, really well. Like it works incredibly well. You just use the right stick to cycle through the things and you hold LB and all you got to do, you can see everything that's interactable. And it gets highlighted in like really bright green. So you can't miss it.
That's good.
And then walking around is nice because you're not sitting there like moving a cursor, clicking a button, and being like you were in the original game. They made it where the dude just sprints all the time, which I think was a good choice. Because in the other game, you had to click a bunch of times to make him sprint. You can't really do that if you're moving with the analog stick. So to make him just sprint all the time, solid choice.
Good choice.
Oh, the voice acting's really good. Having everything fully voice acted, it's quite nice. Especially because that game is a bunch of reading, like a ton. It's pretty much all reading. My friend Ben's gonna be playing it on the Switch. So I was like, oh man, reading all that's gonna kind of suck. But he got the OLED, so that's pretty nice, and he's enjoying that. But the fact that it's fully voice acted, it's gonna make it a lot easier.
Yeah.
Chances said, he said the best way to describe this game. He's like, I have no idea what's going on. I did this and I did that and I did that and I don't know what it means. And that's the whole point of the game. You find out what it all means later. Doesn't mean anything. I don't know. Just keep playing the game. You find out. It's one of my favorite games of all time. Top 5, number 5 to be exact. I think it's a beautiful game and it works quite well on console. If you haven't played it, you should pick it up because you don't have a PC. You should pick it up on console with the Final Cut. It's definitely worth your money. And if you have played it on PC, I think if you haven't played it, going back and playing the Final Cut is also a good choice because it's a free upgrade if you already have the original version on PC. So go back and play it again, man, because it really does change. I'm playing like with different play style. Before I played a very intelligent person with like all the points in intelligence. Now I'm playing someone who's more in like a charmer and charismatic, and it's really different. Like. The big beats are the same, but even those big beats get solved and portrayed to you in very different ways because you're hearing a bunch of different dialogue that you never would have heard. So my character's like an empath and stuff, and that's really fun.
Sweet.
But the game I've been playing the most this week, the titular.
Hours in.
Yeah, I think I'm like 15 hours deep into this game. 16 hours deep. It's causing me to, be a little slow at work.
Oh, you're slowing down at work?
Because the mobile game Cookie Run Kingdom, bro.
Oh, God.
I cannot stop playing this fucking game.
I've seen ads.
Dude, Cookie Run Kingdom, schmacks, okay? That's all I gotta say. It is so good. It's so good. Is it a gacha game? Yes. Is it trying to get your money? Absolutely. You know? Does it?
Is there a consecutive login bonus?
Yes.
Oh, dude. Oh, no.
Is it overly difficult in some portions because they want you to get your money?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
They want you to summon for the best units?
But is it great? Oh, yeah.
Is there a stamina bar?
Yeah.
Can you refill it with gems?
Yeah.
Mm.
Absolutely. Yes, you can, boy. It's so good. Honestly, Cookie Run Kingdom, jokes aside, especially in the early game, because I'm like 20 hours. Now that I'm like 20 hours deep, now I'm starting to hit stuff that's like, okay, I'm waiting 4 hours for this thing. Okay, I'm waiting for my stamina to recharge. But that first 20 hours, really just, it doesn't feel like an idle game. It doesn't feel like a gacha game. Because you're getting a bunch of gems. You're getting good characters. Because you keep leveling up and you're upgrading your kingdom, your stamina bar is overfilling with extra rewards. You're constantly getting gems. So you could play
the dopamine's there.
You could play it for 15 hours straight. No problems. Now I'm starting to hit, so I'm like, okay, now it's getting a little grindy, but even then, it's still pretty fun because it's a mix of a kingdom builder and an endless runner with skills and stuff where you build a team and it's all cute cookies, man. You just got a bunch of little gingerbread men, you know. My team
Sonic
currently
was in
consists of mala sauce cookie, spicy cookie,
Yeah,
okay,
of course.
custard cookie the third.
Fan favorite.
Then I got a latte cookie.
Okay.
I can't remember my fifth cookie. I just added them.
Just random.
Yeah, it's a fifth
Okay.
cookie. Trying to get another epic, you know.
You got any 4 stars?
4 stars? No. I got some 2 stars. But the way it works is you got common, uncommon, rare, epic, and then
Legendary.
no, there's no legendary. But in those you can get soul stones for those that allow you to upgrade them to
duplicates?
1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star.
When you duplicate it.
Yeah, exactly.
So you got to get multiple copies.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
Or you can get soul stones just as rewards. And the more you play the gacha game, you get these thing called mileage points. You can spend those on soul stones. Once you get 20 soul stones, you promote them to the next star.
So there's a pity system.
So I got some 2 stars, some 1
Don't
stars.
ever talk trash about Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle Army ever again, dude. You're just playing the same thing with a cookie skin.
Hey, dude, cookies. I like cookies. Gingerbread Man.
Me too.
It's one of the
but
best characters from Shrek 2.
Shrek 2.
Shrek 1?
He's in both.
3?
I don't know about 3.
I have no idea. Gingerbread Man's a funny guy in those movies.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it for what I'm
That's
playing.
all we've been
But yeah,
playing.
it's free, man. It's free. It's worth picking up. It's number 1 on the RPG section of the mobile.
Don't say that.
Cookie Run Kingdom, bro. Play that shit. It's cute. It's fun.
Play
Great.
Dokkan.
Need some homies. Make me a guild.
Play Dokkan.
Anyway, time for reader mail. You can get your questions right on the show by writing into synceduppod@gmail.com or the reader mail submissions tab of the Discord, just like Spencer did. With the recent announcement of Little Big Planet servers shutting down, do you think games with user-generated content get archived somewhere? And if so, do we see a surge of archive releases instead of remakes in a decade of two? No.
But no to the second part. Are they getting archived somewhere? Most likely.
I don't know. It's hard to say.
Maybe not.
I think there's an effort being made by people like Kelsey Lewin.
Yeah,
in the
I was
game,
going to say there's an
but
extreme
it's
push
difficult
for that
and you're-
nowadays.
and you're not getting them all.
I think we're to a point where we're starting to see that kind of stuff happen, where things are getting archived. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
every bit of gaming culture is being archived because it's one of those things where like it just wasn't before because it's so brand new.
Yeah.
You're not like,
And you could
let me
just-
save this for the future.
Now that we're moving to the digital era and things are getting removed from services and stuff.
There's no reason you can't archive them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
So
these things go away, man. These things go away and you never see them again.
You know what? The second part, I say no because I don't know.
I say no because that's just not a thing.
It's not a thing because we haven't had a chance for it to be a
But
thing.
even still, like the people doing the archive work, Sony's not archiving stuff. So if Kelsey Lewin is archiving the stuff,
yeah,
she can't release
she can't
those.
release it.
And Sony's not doing it. So I don't think this happens.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I think you'll constantly get remakes, and that's about it. And there might be
I
some
guess you're
remakes
right.
where they're like, oh, we managed to get all the old user-created content in this. And that's the closest you're going to get.
Yeah.
But anyway, Lucas also writes in, what are your thoughts on games that give you a lot of freedom and essentially let you do things in any order? Personally, I find it frustrating, and it's why I could never enjoy Breath of the Wild and why I wasn't able to delve deep into some more recent open-world games. It depends. It depends. I think it sucks that you use Breath of the Wild as the example. I think Breath of the Wild does it the best because they don't overwhelm you with things. They don't put a bunch of beacons on your map. They put a few. They put you in a couple directions, and then they say do what you want, and it works great for that game.
I agree with Lucas. I don't like it.
I typically don't usually.
I will say I don't like how much freedom I'm given in Breath of the Wild, but I made it okay because I had to give myself goals.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to 100% all the shrines.
Yeah.
And so I just did that first, and then I did Ganon.
Yeah.
And in doing all the shrines, you beat the game, right?
Mhm. I enjoyed the exploration and stuff, but with what other games are an
if
example?
it wasn't such a good game, I don't think I could do it. Well, it's just like most. I don't know. It's like when you boot up a online MMO.
Yeah.
and it's just so big, so open world, and it's kind of like do whatever you want. I'm out real quick if there's not like a hand guide me for the first hour.
Yeah, I guess so. Even though in Breath of the Wild it still doesn't, like, you can do it in any order, but it doesn't really feel, because you go to the one, if you go to waypoints, you go to one waypoint, then that gives you another waypoint, which then gives you 3 waypoints, and then you go to those waypoints, and you're still just doing quests. Like, they're still giving you quests.
Yeah.
And so you just have multiple main quests. So it doesn't really, I guess you can do it in any, I don't know. It's not really a thing that bothers me very much. I guess
agree
now that I
it's
think about it.
overwhelming.
Because like in Fallout, that shit's the same pretty much. You can just go anywhere, do anything. You don't have to go do the main quest. You have to do the main quest in an order, but you still kind of have to do that with Breath of the Wild too.
But I don't like Skyrim. I don't like Fallout. So I'm thinking that I agree with this more than disagree.
What the fuck?
Yeah, spoiler out. I mean, people.
You're
when
crazy,
I say
bro.
I don't like Skyrim,
You crazy, bro.
Let me rephrase. When I say I don't like Skyrim as much as everybody else does.
Okay, fair enough.
Like, I enjoyed what I played of Skyrim.
Fair
I put in like 60 hours. It was fun.
I once played
It's just
Skyrim
compared to everybody else.
in terms of my
like I
one
don't
session gaming. Like I sat down and played a game continuously one time. Skyrim holds the record for that. 17 and a half hours. I woke up and then stayed up almost all night.
I think Skyrim's an easy game to do that with, because you'll
Dude,
start
I was
a quest
lost.
line
Dude, I was
and like
locked
you just
in.
have to finish it.
Yeah. I didn't have anything. I was out of school. I had like 3 days off of work. I was just chilling. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to play Skyrim. And I didn't fucking get up unless I was eating or something in the bathroom. And then when I finished that, I was like, damn, that was a good day.
Yeah.
that was a good time.
Fair enough, sir.
I had sat down. It was a really lazy day, but sometimes you need those,
Mm-hmm.
just to refresh. Fielding writes in, good day, mates. I had a wave of nostalgia hit me when I opened my shoebox full of physical games and saw my copy of Pokemon Gold. I was taken back to Christmas when I was 8 years old. Me and 2 of my brothers each got a Game Boy Advance and our own Pokemon game. I got Gold and my brothers received Silver and Crystal. I remember that's shout outs to your parents, bro. I remember staying up late with the light in the kitchen of my grandparents' house as I took Totodile on my first Pokemon adventure ever. It's such a positive memory for me that I look back on with fondness. What are your memorable first times with a new series? Did you outgrow the series or are you still on board with it? Thanks for the great show, Fielding. Yo, shout out to your parents, bro, for buying you those, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good decision.
It's great. And giving you all three different. That's nice.
You smart enough to know that there's 3 copies?
That's your parents.
Top tier.
I hope.
The first thing that comes to mind for me is young lad me, 13, go over to a friend's house. We're having a
got a ball cap on, probably.
a sleepover.
Yeah.
Ball cap?
I don't know why. I just pictured you with a ball
You
cap.
think I look like Ness?
Honestly,
Yeah.
You as 13, I bet you look like Ness.
I don't know what I looked like when I was 13.
All right, go ahead. Yo, shout out to Ness though.
My friend boots up, and maybe I wasn't 13. I was like 14 or 15. I don't know. Boots up Dark Souls.
Boy, that's a game.
And he's like, just play the tutorial. As everybody who loves Dark Souls likes to do to anybody who hasn't played Dark Souls, I've learned now.
You can't, dude.
They're like, hey, just play the tutorial.
Nah.
And then the big dude comes out or something.
Yeah.
And you
Is it Dark Souls
die.
1?
I think so.
Yeah, you're supposed to die to that guy.
Yeah, the one where you're supposed to die.
Yeah. You can beat him though if you're good at
It just made me hate the game. And so it's been since ever since
that's your memorable first time to shit on Dark Souls, bro.
That is my memorable fond memory of like
that's a fond memory.
I hate this game.
Dude, I hate you, bro. I cannot believe you just shat on Dark Souls. Wow, bro.
Okay, you want an actual good answer?
Dude, I cannot believe.
Yeah.
Man, fuck you, bro. Dark Souls.
My dad went and bought Guitar Hero when it first came out.
Oh, dude, yes, dude.
And so it was one of those things. I can't remember if he bought it because he also wanted to play it.
Yeah.
Or he bought it because he knew I wanted to play it.
Nah,
Regardless,
my dad bought it because he wanted to
we
play it.
we both played it.
Yeah, me and my dad did
all day straight.
Super good.
We were going passing back and forth constantly.
That's good stuff.
Beating the story together.
That's good stuff.
Fond memory of that.
Yeah. There's a lot of them. I think for a lot of games you have that. I mean, now in the adult era, not really because it's just you in the game pretty much at this point. I guess fond memory first time playing Halo Infinite. That's nice.
Well, it's not. Yeah.
But that's gonna be locked in.
But that's not the first time you played with a series.
Is it for series?
Yeah, it's for you remember first time.
First time playing Halo. Okay, that's a good story then. The first time I played Halo was the launch party of Halo 3. Okay, my parents notoriously. And anyone who's listened to this podcast for a long time knows that my parents hated video games, and they didn't want to buy me any, and they didn't. It was always like, hey, you can get anything for your birthday, and you'd be like, I want Black Ops 2, and they'd be like, accept that, right?
Cannot have video games.
Cannot have video games. So my parents notoriously didn't let me play video games, or they also limited me as much as possible.
Yeah.
So
weekends.
The launch day, midnight launch of Halo 3. My uncle is super into video games. My Uncle Shannon, shout outs. Super into video games at the time. Not so much now, but he was at the time. And so was all of his friends. He goes to the midnight launch party at GameStop to pick up a copy of Halo 3. Him and his buddies. They bring it back to his house. And they got the system link, bro. 3 homies. 3 systems linked together. Halo 3. We're going in. Xbox. This Xbox Live. We're going in to play some Halo. Big team battle. Got everybody going. I'm staying the night. What year did Halo 3 launch? I don't know how old I was at the time. I would have been like 10. Something like that.
I don't know, 2009.
So we're over there. We're vibing, and me and my parents go over there just to do something. It has nothing to do with the Halo.
Yeah.
But we end up staying there really late, and he has it all hooked up, and they're like, yeah, we're doing this. And I'm like, hey, I know it's like a weekday when I'm not supposed to be playing, but like, can I play with them, right? And they let me play, so I'm like playing it, and that's fun. But then I was like, hey, can I like stay night? Like, let me stay night and play this. And finally they're like, yeah, you know what, you can stay and play. And so me, like 10 years old, you know, on the split screen with the little Xbox controller with my Uncle Shannon and like 6 or 7 of his homies, all system linked up, playing Halo on Sand Trap on the elephant, just driving that elephant around on all the turrets, you know, dudes jumping on the mongooses or whatever and then driving off. Like, that shit was so much fun.
Yeah, that just reminds me. How could we forget? We talked about it earlier. New Horizons. That was our introduction.
God,
that was our introduction to the Animal Crossing series. So it fits the question.
Animal Crossing New Horizons, I think 11 people is what we had, right? Or 10 people is what we had in the same room.
About 10, yeah. All playing at the same time,
like
all with their own TVs.
6 or 7 TVs and the rest on handheld in the same room. That was the start of the pandemic.
So all the homies were just chilling.
Animal Crossing was, oh boy.
And that
was a good time.
It was all day.
Yeah.
You weren't doing nothing else.
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
It was such a good
and we
vibe.
did that for like a month.
Yeah.
That was a good time.
I think
Especially when we thought the world was ending, you know.
That's going to be like the Halo release probably.
Yeah.
We'll all be in our rooms.
Yeah.
Because it's and the crazy thing is it wasn't really a multiplayer game.
Mm-hmm.
Animal Crossing is multiplayer. You can go visit your
it
homies
wasn't
island,
a multiplayer game.
but you weren't doing anything
But we
when
were
you go to
vibing,
your
bro.
homies island.
Dude, Isaiah over there in his little station playing. Just us fishing and shit, bro. Anytime, dude, it's raining on my island, bro. Get over here because you had a higher chance of catching a couple fish.
Ocalanth? Ocalanth?
I can't remember.
Bro,
but I know what you're talking about. And Isaiah was like, dude, I need this fucking fish. And him come to the island and just fishing. And then he ended up catching like 8 of them hoes. And at the same time, he's like, bro, oh my God. And it was just so much fun, dude. That's a
great.
fun memory. November 5th is going to be fun.
And
Infinite's going to come close. Infinite is going to come close.
You don't have memories like that nowadays that often.
Yeah.
Because LAN party things aren't a thing. Everybody just stays at their home and plays the game together.
I think Infinite is going to be good.
Yeah, we'll all be
one, because it's free.
Yeah.
Even if you don't have Game Pass. And then me, you
can play on PC,
yeah,
Xbox.
We got me, you, Jordan will be playing,
Spencer.
Chance will be playing, Spencer will be playing, Lucas will be playing. I bet we can get Noah to play because it'll be on PC. We got Isaiah, and if he brings like Ryan or somebody, and because you can get a 12-player private lobby to play Big Team Battle, we could be bussing. And you're limited by the Xbox party, but you just have in-game chat, bro.
Yeah.
That could be fun as shit, bro.
I agree.
I think that's gonna be really fun, and I hope we can get that. We're probably going to get that at least. We'll probably hit
We're
close.
gonna try
6, 7, 8 people at least a few times. I'm stoked.
We can play 4v4 for sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
In-house draft.
Yeah, when Forge comes out, it's gonna be nice.
All right.
I love Forge.
How long have you been going?
Just 55 minutes.
All right, not too
Well,
bad.
more like 50 because we charged up.
Okay.
But now it's time for the post show. So if you support us the $5 tier, well, that's it for the show. Thank you for watching or listening to this. We appreciate it. You leave a like, leave a comment, leave a sub, give us a review, all that jazz.
If Aladar is listening.
Oh, dude, Aladar, bro.
We'll talk about Aladar next week.
Dude, Aladar, bro.
What was your favorite childhood memory?
Yeah, that guy's weird. Love him though. Anyway, thank you for watching or listening to this episode of Synced Up Podcast. We love you. I think.
Yeah, we do.
Do we?
Most of the time.
Do we love the Aladar? Yeah, we do. We do.
Yeah,
shout outs to
no
Pablo.
problems.
Still, shout outs.
Pablo.
Yeah.
Hasn't redeemed enough shout outs yet.
Yeah, I know.
You
Love
got
to see
more.
it. Anyway, if you pay $5 at patreon.com/synced up, you get access to the post show that we're about to do. So if you do that,
And
we'll see you in a few minutes.
The rest of them.
Exactly. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Goodbye.
But if you don't, we'll see you tomorrow or next week.
Bye.
Goodbye.